Do you want to know how to hunt down off-market multifamily investment opportunities? Have you been trying to find the right multifamily investment but haven't had any luck searching online and talking to real estate brokers? Well, in this video, I want to show you exactly what I do for myself as well as my clients on how to hunt down off-market opportunities so you get the best deal possible on your next multifamily investment. Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Paul Macaluso, the Multifamily Renegade. If you're new to the channel and don't know who I am, I'm a real estate investor specializing in multifamily property here in Las Vegas, and by trade, I'm a commercial real estate broker, again, specializing in investment sales of multifamily property. I've been doing this for a decade plus, personally investing for myself for the last 8 years. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how to hunt down off-market investment opportunities in the multifamily space. This can actually apply to any property type, okay? What I'm teaching you is not specific to multifamily. Regardless of the property type you're interested in, this process or system can be applied. I'm going to give you guys a 30,000 foot view. There's a lot of intricacies that I can make a much longer video about and go into extreme detail. But for time's sake, what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is just a 30,000 foot view of what I do for myself to find off-market opportunities as well as clients. So with that being said, first step that you guys want to do, number one, is start with a list pulled from a title company. Most people call this a farm list, right? But you don't want to use just any old farm list. You want to have specific details provided to the title company so when they return this list to you, it matches some basic criteria for your desired multifamily investment. Some of the things that you're going to want to narrow the list down with is number of units, area of town that you're interested in, age of the property. One thing that I personally like to do is I like to give them a criteria of the last time the property has sold. So a time frame in which the property has not sold or a time of ownership. All right. And these are, again, some specific details that you're going to have to identify in your own investment criteria when you define your personal investment. And if you guys don't know how to define an investment, I've put together a really cool checklist for you guys that I use on every multifamily acquisition that I make. I've dropped the link in the description. So if you want to go ahead and grab a copy of that for free, by all means, go for it. It'll break down a 12-step process for you on how to go and acquire multifamily property the right way. And hunting a deal down is just one of the 12 steps. So again, start with the farm list that is specifically pulled based on your investment criteria. Now, with that farm list, depending on what your criteria is, it may return a whole bunch of results. It may not return a lot of results. But in the event that it does, what you'll want to start with is about 10 to 20 of these properties. Then, once you've picked those 20 or 10 out, you want to drive by these properties and you want to go through the neighborhoods, walk the grounds if possible of these properties. And when you're driving these neighborhoods and looking at these properties in person, there's again a whole set of steps that you're going to want to do to make sure that you're identifying the right types of opportunities. I just posted a video not too long ago about how I analyze multifamily neighborhoods, the physical aspect of analyzing them, not the financial aspect, okay? Once you drive those properties, you walk them, you get an idea of what the conditions are of the exterior. If you happen to see a tenant outside, strike up a conversation. Don't let them know you're there to potentially buy the building. Ask them about the property. Act as though you are a potential tenant. Ask if there's a property management phone number, if there's not a sign or a banner posted that you could speak with. Ask if there's any vacancies. Ask them how well the property is managed and how well the condition is. Ask them if the property managers or owners are really good about fixing the problems that they have, or are they, basically slumlords? Get an idea from the tenants. I remember I purchased a property not too long ago. When the owner contacted me after I sent them a letter, they reached out, said, hey, we're interested in selling this property. I drove by it, went down, and I actually saw a tenant walking around the property, and he was kind of keeping an eye on me, saying, well, what are you doing here, right? So I struck up a conversation. I said, hey, there's no property management contact info anywhere. Is there someone that I could talk to? And he basically gave me the rundown on who to reach out to. And I asked him, I said, how is it living here? What are the rents like? And he basically told me everything I needed to know to make sure that I was making the right move on pursuing this any further as a value add opportunity. He basically told me, he said, hey, look, man, this is the hidden gem. Rents are super cheap. and the utilities are all included. I believe the rents were like $375 and all utilities were included with power. So me knowing what I knew about the market, if I didn't do a lick of work to that place, right, which I fully intended to renovate the property, but just say for argument's sake, I didn't intend to do anything. If I just went in and bumped the rents, I could have easily doubled those rents just by being in the location that it was in and having all utilities included. After you talk to the tenants, if possible, it's not a full requirement, but if you do happen to see someone there, talk to them, get an idea of what's going on. You want to try to call the manager or the owner about and act as though you're a potential tenant wanting to rent the place, right? Get an idea of what the rents are, get an idea of what the security deposits look like, get an idea of what the overall qualifications are going to be. Now, I personally, after I do this, I pull the list, I drive the properties, I walk the grounds, I try to use direct mail, and I have sequential mailers that I use to contact owners and generate interest in potentially selling the property to me. If you have the ability to skip trace the owner's information and pull a phone number for that owner, all the better. So you would want to mail them, call them, and then just basically rinse and repeat this process if you haven't identified a viable opportunity within those 10 to 20 initial properties that you decided you wanted to put boots on the ground and look at from your initial list. Now, you have to have patience. If you guys remember from my previous video, I preached the PPs with, not the PPs like you got to use the bathroom, but the PPs of multifamily investing, which are your superpowers. And it's number one, persistence, and number two, patience. You have to have both of these in this game to ultimately see the type of success you're going to want. That property that I just mentioned, where I drove by it after the owner actually reached out to me from one of my letters, I had been prospecting to that particular property owner for more than 4 years. And it just so happened, the right time, the right place, he got one of my letters, called me, and we were able to proceed from that point forward. So I had patience and persistence. If you guys don't have patience and persistence, you're gonna lack the type of success that you ultimately want to see in this game of multifamily real estate investing. So to recap, and again, this is a 30,000 foot view, okay? Each of these steps has specific things that you want to do within these steps to make sure that you're reaching the maximum success that you possibly can with this particular strategy. So again, to recap, you want to start with a farm list that is based on a specific investment criteria that you've clearly defined. You want to pick about 10 to 20 of those properties from that farm list, and you want to drive those properties, okay? Look at the neighborhoods. You want to hop out, walk the grounds. If possible, talk to the tenants if you happen to see one. Don't tell them you're there to buy the place or you're interested in buying it. Act as though you're a potential renter and get a feel. You'd be surprised on how quickly tenants open up thinking that you're going to want to come into that community and live, all right? And then from that point forward, I personally use direct mail, sequential mailers. If you have the ability to skip trace the ownership info, then get a phone number, start calling the owner. And from that point forward, just rinse and repeat until you get the right opportunity to move forward with. So that's it, guys. Hope you like this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I'm Paul Macaluso. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I try to do 2 videos a week, so if you like the content you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. If you like what you heard today or you have a specific question about anything that I went over, please drop a comment below. I'll make sure to reply to it and give you guys as much insight as I can in the comment section. But again, I'm Paul Macaluso, the Multifamily Renegade. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.